I said that you allowed yourself to be manipulated for the betterment of your kids.
Oh, okay.
He's saying
Okay.
you were
And then we
conscious
all
about it.
enjoyed.
Hello, namaste. Zarna Garg here with the Zarna Garg Family Podcast. So excited to have you all here. We have 4 Gargs in the house. The 5th Garg, my little one, has a football game, which, as you know, I don't agree with, but we are trying to be liberal around here. And he had to show up and give people water. So, over there, he's a water boy in the game. He promised me he's not going to play. But so excited to have you all here. All 4 Gargs are here in the house. Please, let's get this started. My husband of 25 years, Wall Street veteran, Shalab Garg in the house. My daughter who's finishing up college, senior year, Zoya Garg. My son who's a freshman in college, Bridge Garg. And we are now going to talk about consumerism during the holidays. Gift buying, gift giving, how much money are we spending? Is it appreciated? Is it needed? The thank you cards, oh my God, the bane of my existence. Thank you cards, more thank you cards, a text thank you, a DM thank you. Let's get right into it. Who understands what this problem is? Who is for it? Who is against it? Who has strong opinions about it?
Consumerism around the holidays is so horrible to moms. I am so
Yes.
empathetic toward moms right now. And as somebody who there's a certain age where you start to realize how much your parent is sacrificing in order to make your holidays as a child dreams come true. I would say that age was around 14, 15 for me. I think it was 14, 15 for Bridge. And it just adds something really sick, like sickening to the holidays because it's exhausting to see your parent saving all this money, personally wrapping gifts. And as much as it's been so joyful for us, especially as kids, I just feel like it's so sad how much moms have to go through to give their kid this like
But
holiday
Zoya,
fun day
yeah,
or something.
Christmas was always your favorite holiday, don't you remember? In fact, we were once in Florida, and when we came back from Florida, and there were presents waiting under the tree at our house, you were like so excited, don't you remember it?
Yeah, of course I was so excited. And I do think that obviously gift giving is so joyful and the holidays are such a joyful time. But the way that things have been framed from like a
Hmm.
consumerist perspective, the Instagram ads, the frenzy, the get things in now or you won't ever get them. It's like, it's equivalent. Have you guys noticed that with workout classes and gym memberships, they make their money off of your inability to show up to the gym feeling so bad that you'll just keep your membership going. Like, I feel like especially as somebody who's starting to pay their own bills, how do people navigate this?
They don't. They drown in it. That's the truth. We're all drowning in it. No one understands how their credit card bills work. We don't even know how to shut off auto pay half the time. It's a problem. I mean, what are you seeing, Bridge? Do you have an opinion on this matter?
On consumerism. Like,
Yeah, like,
I don't know.
During the holidays.
Can
do
someone
you
like
feel
define what
pressure?
it is like that we're discussing? I'm a
Like, do
little
you
confused.
feel
Consumerism.
pressure to buy things during the holiday season, to gift things, like physical things, like buy and gift, and like, do you feel that at all? Or is it just a woman thing?
Just to
But
be
I don't
clear,
know why.
giftings
First of
for
all, I
the
have a couple
sake of the
questions.
holidays.
Yeah.
Oh, for the sake of the holiday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
Um,
real problem that we're considering is it is the holidays. People feel pressure right now to buy more than ever. Do you feel that pressure? And have you noticed that there is any of that pressure?
I think that's a good pressure, and I think there is pressure, but I'm very much in support of it. There needs to be times and years where people feel forced to do something gratitude or that is
Mm.
for someone else's benefit and not for your own. I do believe that that's a good thing in
Wow.
society, and I do think like it should
Hmm.
occur sometimes. Now I
That's a
understand.
great perspective.
Yeah, I truly do believe that. I think that like honestly, sometimes for me it's more just like fun. Like I like to buy a gift and see like Veer or Didi or my mom or dad's reaction of it. Like if they like the gift, it makes me feel good. I'm like, wow, I really did. Made a meaningful good gift or whatever. Like there's some ways to look at it that I feel like it's not like a burden. It's more like an opportunity. Because think about it, the whole year you're working, right? Every single day, mom's working, dad's working, you're working, I'm working, even Veer's working. Like everyone's working. So there should be some points where we're just like grateful for each other's company and time with each other.
Hmm.
By the way, Zarna, Veer is not a water boy. Why did you call him that? He's
Yeah,
actually a
he's
very
not a
avid
water
Because
boy.
it's
He's
footballer.
like
very
a very
painful.
like good player on
It's
the
very
team.
painful for me to think that he's going to be
It's
running
just
around
a
with the
horrible
helmet
thing to
and
say.
all of that. I
Like
don't
if
want
he
him to
saw
play.
when he sees this
If you saw
podcast, he
this,
will
you'd
be
be
so
very upset too.
disappointed that his own mother is calling him a water boy when he's actually a very important member of his team.
He's like the second best player.
Yeah, but what about my stress of right now thinking about he's going to break his head open? What about that?
It's flag football.
So
Nothing
you're
is gonna happen. I
No,
never got
there's a
injured
lot
once
of
playing flag
pushing.
football.
There's a lot of pushing and shoving even in flag football. As you know, I famously got banned out of Zoya's flag football game in Bronx Science because I saw the kids were pushing and pulling. It was not just the flag
I
thingy.
made the mistake of inviting my mom to a flag football game where she ran up and down the field with my coach who was giving me plays and said, don't do that, take her out right now." And I was in the middle of trying to win a game. I was the captain of the team, and my mom was distracting my coach and causing all this frenzy and saying that I had all these make believe injuries that I didn't have, which
Do
was
you
making
see
the
how the
referee believe.
messaging gets twisted? I was being a responsible parent, and look at what the coach and she turned it
Okay,
into. This
let's
is
get
what's
back to the
wrong
topic.
with
Anyway,
Let's
I
liberal
get
just
back to
want
America.
our
Anyway,
as a
viewers.
I
I
want to
I
like
get
you
want
do
our
that,
dad's
viewers.
Dad. I
perspective.
agree with Dad. That should have been
what?
brought up.
Can you
The
explain
fact that
his
you
position, Bridge? What position does he play, and what is his level of
okay,
play?
Veer plays receiver and he plays defense too. He moves around on defense, but he definitely is a very good receiver. Very big. He's a muscular, strong kid. Very strong for his age. Much stronger than I was. Probably stronger than Didi was. Very, very
Definitely
strong kid.
stronger than I was.
And he is
Yeah.
very aggressive when it comes to the game. He's a very strong player. He's a good player for flag football. Now, when I was his
Thank you,
age, I
Bridge.
was much better, but he is a good player for his
Okay,
who he
that
is.
was so brother
But
coded.
I just
Okay,
had to, I
Dad.
just had to say that. Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Okay, Dad, why don't you give us your perspective as a father in this situation? Because I do think moms get the bulk of the pressure, but I know that you're watching and you're paying attention to what's happening in this holiday season
Yeah,
too.
I mean, like I truly enjoyed, and I accept that mothers end up doing bulk of the work. I accept that, and that
But
your
why?
mom was no
Why?
exception.
Can someone explain to me why? Like, I don't get why moms decide to put that pressure on themselves to do all the work. Like, why don't you just go out like that and be like, if you're not doing it, I'm not doing it, and just like force them to do it.
Wait,
Because no
I
one
you know
mean,
will
what?
why
do
is
it.
it?
No one
But
will
that's
do
the
it.
truth about
But I
humankind and
just
the
disagree.
condition of humanity,
I
right?
think that women do not see how much power they can actually have over men and don't use it to their full capabilities.
No, the
You
men will
should
not
never
do it.
have to.
Are you nuts? If I would have told your dad when you guys were little babies that if you don't do it, I don't do it, he'll be like, okay, that's it. That's it. That's
Dad,
all
if
that would have
mom told
happened.
you that this Christmas you need to step up and take care of it and solve it, would you do it?
I think the roles between the two of us have changed
Oh my god.
substantially enough the last
How
few
can you
years
not
that
just say
I
yes?
probably would do it. But she's also right in saying that all these years she's the one who did it, and I would manipulate her. So when she did say that, okay, let's just not do it, I would then say like things of the kind to her that, you know what, if that's how you feel, let's not do it this year. It's
Yeah,
okay. The kids
exactly.
will be disappointed.
Exactly. That
It is what it is. So I would
exactly.
do manipulative things,
I actually cannot even.
and your mother would get emotionally blackmailed as a result of it and be like, oh, my kids, oh my god, he's right. If I don't do it, then the kids will be disappointed, and my husband works so hard. So it's a time tested thing that men have been doing, and I wish I was a different person. It's just a very horrible thing to have done to your
I
mother
think it's
all
gonna be
these years.
so different in the next
Now she's
generation.
too smart to not know that I was manipulating her, but she allowed herself to be manipulated
Oh,
into.
She did. Mom did not.
wait,
Oh
what?
my god.
Did
What
this
is
become
going
my
on?
fault? It was going fine for
I
a
did not
minute,
say
and
that.
then somehow it
I
became
did not
my
say it was
fault.
your fault. I said that you allowed yourself to be manipulated for the betterment of your kids.
Oh, okay.
He's
Okay.
saying you were
And then we
conscious
all
about it.
enjoyed. She was conscious about it, yes.
Yeah.
And
No,
then it became like the most enjoyable thing on Christmas Day to open all those little gifts. And, as you kids grew up, and it wasn't like expensive gifts either. Like there would generally be the case that would be one electronic, which was expensive, and the rest of it would be socks and, you know, like simple
toothbrushes. A
things like
lot of toothbrushes.
toothbrushes and a
But
lot of toothbrushes and
as a kid, I will say, like, it's so weird because as a kid, you are comparing what other kids got for Christmas, right?
Yeah.
Like on when you get back from the holidays, it's like, what did you get from Santa? What did you get from whatever? Like, what did you get for Thanksgiving? And it's I it's such a bad part of culture, because for kids that don't have that same access, I don't know how parents handle circumstances like that. For example, are we allowed to talk about the book?
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, mom's book is about to come out, which we're so excited about, and I am leading the book sales. And one of the factors to be considered
Mm.
with the book sales is the fact that half of the pre-order is happening during the holidays. The reason why this is important is I was speaking to a few marketing people, and they were like, one thing that we have to think about is, are people going to spend $30 right now when they're actively saving for the holidays? And while that makes sense in theory, I did not think about how much financial pressure parents are under right now in this current moment to deliver this joy to their kids. And so I think Bridge is so correct that this is a forcing factor for people to show gratitude in a way that maybe they wouldn't do without the pressure. But it's also just, I don't know. I just don't know how people do it.
So, what is
Well,
your strategy around that? Since you brought it up, Zoya,
I think
you described the issue. I'm curious what the
Yeah, I think that older siblings have a big factor to play here, right? Like something we talk
no,
about
with
with
respect to the book. What did you then decide, given this constraint
oh, that's
exists?
a
He wants to know your
elaborate, Shalab.
economic strategy.
We're
I mean,
working on it
we're working
elaborately.
on strategies, but honestly, the biggest thing is that, you know, in order to incentivize somebody to buy a book early, you have to provide value. That is the
Yeah.
thing. And that value can include exclusive access to a specific amount of content, exclusive access to an actual product that is only available for 48 hours, right? So that is the solution. It's just, you need to add value. That's pretty much it. It's very simple. But
But I
I
want to
think
just I want to say something on the topic of women having to handle the bulk of it, which is 100% true across the board, across all families, across all cultures, across all countries. I will say that women could, while I don't agree with Bridge completely that there's a lot of power and you can just tell the men you do it, I do think that women are have to take some of the responsibility for going off into the deep end and turning it into a frenzy. You, things can be done in a way that you don't lose your mind entirely. You don't have to have the most spectacular tree with every light out there, with every ornament. You don't have to have your house covered in diyas from head to toe for Diwali. There is a middle ground and there is a simpler solution for almost everything. And I learned it after going through the whole cycle. The thing is that most moms in the early years are so excited, so excited, so excited that they drive themselves into a frenzy about like every single thing that they can do. And in a few years, like, you kind of learn that there is an easier way to do it and a better way to do it. But speaking of consumerism in particular, listen, the truth is we all like gifts. Can we all agree we all like receiving and giving gifts? Right?
Yes.
So, what is on your wish list for this year? What are the things that we want?
Um,
Wow.
Oh,
you know,
I know what mine
What?
are.
What? Go.
The most absurd luxury product that I am obsessed with right now is high quality day-to-day socks. They
Yes.
make such a difference in your overall happiness. Like, I don't know what it is, but it is so comforting to have a high quality sock. And I love high quality socks and would love to receive high quality socks.
Okay, got it. What else? Anybody have a wish list? Bridge, Shalab? Shalab, you have a wish list?
I actually don't have any. I mean, because we just did all this shopping for the
Yeah.
upcoming holidays, and I mean that shopping really sort of satiated my near-term wish list, because I got a really nice jacket, I got shoes, I got
Yeah.
plenty of things. So I honestly don't at this current moment have something new. I would just like my wife to be a little nicer to me, but that's sort of an ongoing wish.
How
Oh
is it
dear.
like every 5 minutes he's throwing a dig at me and you guys are just watching? Bridge, why don't you say something right now when your dad said that?
Nice to my mother too, not just to me.
Oh, that's not a wish list. That's a death
Bridge,
wish.
is there anything on your list?
Yeah.
Honestly, no. I don't really have anything that I'm like. I don't really need anything right now. I'm very comfortable.
You don't want, there's no like thing out there that all the boys are like, I wish I had that, or like, you know, an
That's
electronic
not how it
or
works when you turn into an adult. Like, when you're an adult, as a like that's just not how it is. You're not looking for the next like toy drone or whatever. You're just most of what I'm like want to become better at or achieve is like very much it needs hard work. Like you can't just buy it. You know what I mean? It's not something you can just like
That's
buy and then
so
give it to
true,
me.
Bridge.
like
Like
what?
when it
Give me
comes
an
to like
example.
like for
That is
example,
so
I want to
true.
be able to be a very strong coder, but it's not like you can buy me a coding skills. You can only encourage me, and while I work to make sure it happens. I wish there was some gift I can get so that like you just give me something and I'm just turned into a master or whatever like at doing and implementing code, but it's just not possible. Or even when it comes
Well,
to sports, I would love to be great at like incredible at basketball, but I have to play basketball very often for that to happen. It's not like you can just like
well, I
make me a
think
basketball player.
one thing we as a family talk about a lot is investing money into your day-to-day life so that it is easier for you to develop those skills, right? Like if you want to be a better programmer, it benefits you to be healthy. It benefits you to have great friends. It benefits you to have a clean room. These are all things that are
But you
day-to-day
can't buy
life.
that.
You can't buy, well, you can buy a gym membership, right? Like you can buy, you know, a sweet green salad, which is an expensive thing,
But
right?
that's
So
not a
I don't know.
Christmas gift. That's a daily
But
recurring.
that's
Yeah, no, I
usage.
listen. You're both saying things that make sense. Like Zoya's point is that you can buy something to help you be on that road. What you're saying,
You
Bridge,
know,
your
it's
I
the
overall
think
universe.
point.
I think as an adult, the only gifts that you should be getting are from people that you are very close with as meaningful gifts. It shouldn't just be like, oh, we're gonna get you like a toy helicopter so you can play with. Even though that's fun, and I would honestly love a toy helicopter. I just think when you become adult, that's like more of the tradition. Whereas Veer is like gonna be 13, and it's different with him. With him, I think we should get him money gifts. Some things that he probably doesn't even know he wants, but he'll enjoy in
If
the
he was
moment.
here,
That's
he would have
different.
a cleanly laid out list.
he
Yeah,
Of
He
good,
already
has
what
one.
does.
good. He
He has
has.
a
He does.
collaborative list. We're all shared on it, and his birthday is coming up on the 16th, so everybody better be paying attention to that list.
Okay,
In
but
fact,
you know what?
why don't we from the 13, because Veer's not here,
So read us that list. I'd love to hear.
why don't we actually start paying attention?
He wants a Brita filter for his own room, separate from the
Why?
kitchen.
Why does he want it for his own room?
I don't know. He wants a pair of slides, some kind of fancy pair of slides to wear around the house.
Had
Whatever.
he asked for a pair of sneakers? He's so into sneakers. He can buy a
Yeah,
new pair of
probably
sneakers.
sneakers. Yeah, everybody wants good sneakers. Yeah, but the point is that during the holidays there is a lot of pressure to buy stuff. Even if not, it feels like the messaging all around you is buy stuff, buy stuff, buy stuff. It's gonna be on sale. It's gonna run out. And how do you tune that messaging out? Let's talk
Wait, can
about
I
that.
do? Are we curious to see what's on Veer's list? Because I do think this
Yes.
is an
Please tell
interesting.
Also,
us.
just so you know about this list, he also organized the list with expensive, not expensive, nor cheap, or cheap.
Yes.
So he put them in
Yes.
categories.
Oh my God, this
Yeah,
boy is
he
crazy.
categorizes his expense. He's perfect. Okay, let's start with cheap. Brita for my room. Super fast charger, lightning, and USB-C. Pink fluffy socks / light blue fluffy socks. Okay, that's cheap. Not cheap, not expensive. So this is now medium category. Fabric spray and room freshener spray. Small triangle Theragun. So not the
That's
big
expensive.
Theragun. The cheaper. No. There's a cheaper Theragun that he wants.
What is the difference between the two, Zoya?
One of
In
them
the-
is smaller, and yeah, see,
Amir has it. Our producer has it.
Amir
That's
Oh
the
my
that's the one we
God.
used to have that we got.
but that's a cheaper version of the big one.
I
Okay,
see.
the baggy sweatpants, silk satin pillowcases and sheets.
Oh my God.
Okay,
By the way,
let's not go
just
through,
so we're
guys. Let's
clear,
not go through the
baggy
whole list.
sweatpants is what he got baggy sweatpants from me. By the way, like that whole idea of wearing that. But
Zoya, let's just finish this, and it's a nice list. Come on, let's hear
It's
it.
a very long list, Shalab.
No, it's
Oh.
not that long anymore.
There's like two more,
Scrub
yeah.
for the face, mesh shorts for basketball, compression underwear, and expensive is going to
compression
be
underwear.
the expensive.
What is that, Bridge? What does that mean?
His generation. Actually, this is what we should be talking about. This is the topic
Yes,
that we should be
this
talking about.
is what we should. I know exactly
His
what Bridge is gonna say.
generation is ridiculous with what they want to wear now. They are so focused on TikTok and Instagram and what influencers are wearing on TikTok and Instagram that the Christmas gifts this year are going to be insane. It's going to be insanity what parents are buying for their
but
kids
that okay,
because
Bridge.
what they want is so out of what they should wear. Actually, I need to bring this up. I saw Veer wearing eye black. If you don't know what eye black is, it's this ink you can put on your face. You put like baseball players wear and real football players like who play tackle football in the NFL wear because it protects their face from the sun, so the sun doesn't burn their face as much. It doesn't like affect them as much. I saw him wearing this in the fall as during flag football for 20 minutes. I just couldn't when I saw this, and it was designed. It wasn't like normal eye black is you do a line here, you do a line here, nice, it's protecting you. He did a triangle underneath his eye filled in. It was the stupidest thing I have ever seen in my life. I will never stop clowning for that. I know when he's older, he's gonna laugh too. It is just so absurd. But it's not just him. He
But
is
what
not the
is
only one.
compression
His
underwear,
whole
Bridge?
compression underwear is like how track athletes wear that special type of underwear to
Yeah,
run because
yeah,
it's
yeah,
as thin as
yeah.
possible. It's that. I don't know what he could possibly be needing that for. The reason why they wear it is because it goes over their shorts. So when you wear your shorts, you can see it underneath the shorts because it's longer than the shorts. So it's like cool. It's the stupidest thing.
It's
But
no,
all the
but this is
influencers
the
are wearing
thing.
it.
This
I
is
mean,
the
can we
thing.
not beat up on influencers? Because I have many holiday campaigns coming out. Okay, influencers are
Okay.
doing great work, God's work. We're doing,
No, but
putting products out there. Like, can we please not like go
God's
after
work.
my
But that's
people?
but that's the thing is consumerism is built on these influencer marketing campaigns now, and it is concerning. So his most expensive is a replica candle or a warm candle, and he also loves cologne. He loves expensive cologne. So I think like it is true, and he's not
Where
the
does
only
he
one.
wear cologne?
His
Everywhere.
whole
To
friend
school,
group is
every single
obsessed
day
with
he wears
it.
cologne.
His whole friend group is obsessed with it. It's very expensive. It's a thing right now. It's a
Okay, but
TikTok
we're not
trend.
gonna make this episode about him because he's not even here to talk about it. It's not
I
fair.
know, but that
Maybe.
makes it fun to talk about him
But
because
his
Oh.
everybody loves
generation
him
of
so much.
boys, his generation is a generation that people are buying the bulk of gifts for. They're not buying gifts to give to our 21-year-old daughter. Like no one is
Yeah.
gonna get her many gifts. They're buying it for people his age.
I
It's
know,
an
but
important thing
like
to talk about.
I agree. But first of all,
We're
influencers
not
are
bashing on
amazing.
him.
Let's just all agree that influencers
My
are
God,
amazing,
mom is like
especially
standing
mom
up for all the
influencers.
influencers right now.
Yeah, because I would like to not lose all the business that I am getting because I am going to be talking about a lot of products on my social media. Shalab, what's on your wish list? What is something you want? Oh, you said you don't
I
you
just
can.
answered. Yeah, this last
Mom,
month I
what's on
shopped
your
more than I can shop.
What's on your wish list?
I will tell
What's on
you that
your-
I will tell you. My wish list, as dad knows from 25 years of being with me, are very complicated and not easy to buy. But recently, we did this whole dancing experience that all of us were doing dance lessons for a project that we're working on.
Oh my
And
God, that
I
was so
enjoyed
fun.
it so much that I came out of it thinking, I wish we did more of this. But that was, of course, a very expensive wish because he had to be brought in from Ithaca. Zoya had to fly in from California. We all had to make time. We had to book the dance. But it was the first time in a long time I felt like we did something that was so
As a
different,
family.
and it was just so fun. So my wish list is to be able to spend more time with you guys and do fun things that are different and unique and not necessarily travel. People always think that family time is travel time, and I think that when we are together and doing one thing together, for me, that is more fun. So if we all either are playing poker together, which is not expensive, you can buy a poker set for very little money and play. And it's a lot of math in poker, guys. It's a lot
But
of
you
math and
can't. But
statistics.
what Bridge will say, and I agree with him, is that Christmas and holiday gifts are inherently different because they're
Yeah.
not service gifts. They have to be. That's the whole point of like Christmas. Like the whole thing is unwrapping the paper or whatever. So it's not right
Yeah.
to say.
Just to go back to that dance thing, the one thing the dance instructor who was fantastic, he said, is
Amazing.
that you guys are a very athletic family. That's why you are such good dancers. I thought it was a pretty unique observation. I didn't know that athleticism and dancing actually go hand in hand.
Because it's all footwork.
And he noticed my athleticism in
I
that
think he was talking about the
lesson.
kids. I think he was talking about the
Ah,
kids.
come on. She was talking about me.
Shout out to Amit Shah of Atma Performing Arts.
Yes.
Outstanding dance troupe, outstanding choreographer. He's working with us on a very big project, and we're so excited. He made it possible for us to even think we can do this. So, shout out to Amit. I agree. Okay, so Zoya, to your point that it's all about unwrapping and wrapping, I do think there's something to just seeing a gift with your name on it, that's exciting. Come on. That is
Yeah,
exciting.
totally is exciting.
But the problem is
Totally.
that we live at a time where often we just buy what we need when we need it. So when it comes time to buy the gift, nothing feels special, you know? I think that that is something that people deal with all the time. Like, for example, when you guys started college, we wanted to give you the laptop that would carry you for 2 3 years. We wanted to make sure you went with a proper phone and everything. So when time came to give the gift, it felt like, what are we going to do? We already gave all the good stuff when they were leaving home. And I think that
No, it's
that's
true.
something that families deal with all the time. But there's always room to buy something small and thoughtful. I think the bigger indication of a good gift is that the person remembered something quirky about you that stuck in their minds,
Yeah, I love when
Hmm.
that happens.
that even sometimes the person receiving it has forgotten, you know.
But I
So
get
it
this.
Go ahead.
I guess I
No,
would like my mother visit me in the holidays, and stay with us. What do you think of that? That would be a gift I could ask for. It would be nice to have her and cook for us and spend some time with her grandkids.
um yeah, so as I was saying, people like to
What,
sell a
you're just
lot of
gonna
things.
completely disregard that as if I didn't say anything?
I, wo- what do you want me to say? You know what? You know what's a better gift? You know what's a better gift is that I buy you a ticket to go visit your mother. That's a better gift.
yeah,
Yeah. See that? See
yeah,
how we made it work out? You go visit her, spend the holidays with her, go do your thing with mom, and no one, and take notes. Everybody write a handwritten note for Dadi, and I think that that's the way to do this. Which, speaking of notes, coming to thank you cards, I will tell you, oh my god, I feel sometimes like I'm going to lose my mind because people send something, then I might do an Insta post or a story for it, or I might DM them thank you so much. Then I will remember, did I send the thank you? Is a note sent electronically adequate anymore, or do we have to write an actual note and send it in the mail? But I myself don't open my mail more than once a month anymore, so I don't know anybody who's actually even looking at paper mail.
yeah.
I don't even know anybody who sends Christmas cards anymore. Like, holiday cards is not a thing. I mean, do you guys in your generation send and receive thank you notes, like paper notes, or it's just email and text?
I do because I feel like the effect is very strong, but I don't ever I can't remember the last time I delivered one. Like for my professors, and this is something that I really encourage students to do. I always write teachers who have had a really profound impact on me, the volley card or a Thanksgiving something with like a doodle. And I feel like it's so rare that students show appreciation for their teachers that it really leaves a very positive effect on the people that I really care about. So I do that, but I only do it when I can hand deliver it to their office. I can't do it if it's like I don't know. I don't mail things out, so I don't know how people do that. Honestly,
Bridge, she's brown nosing. You know that, right?
Yeah, I
What
know
does
that.
that mean?
What about you, Bridge? Are you seeing friends buying? Are they thank you note? Is that even a boy thing, or like no boy writes thank you
I
notes
don't
like
think
that?
I've ever sent a thank you note in my entire life. Like, why would I send a thank you note? What am I gonna do with that?
No, but I think it's been like, you send a text or an email, maybe if somebody gives you something. You don't remember
No, I'll
ever
just be like
thanking
thank you.
anybody? Huh?
I just say thank you. I'll say thank you to them to their face, and then that's it.
Oh, okay.
By the
All
way,
right.
Zarna, Bridge
No
is
one, no
doing
one
this
mails you.
podcast.
No one mails you anything anymore. Like no one's gonna mail me a gift. If someone's gonna give me a gift, they'll just wait till they see me and then give me the gift. I've never had someone
yeah,
be like,
yeah.
"Oh, like let me like, what's your address so I can mail you this gift." I don't think I've ever heard
Right.
that.
Zarna, this is the first podcast where our two kids, the adult kids, are doing it from their respective rooms in college. I was wondering if we should ask them to show us the room.
Oh, I
Not right now.
see. I see. Oh,
Oh, do you
right,
want to see
right,
the?
This
right.
is the
It's a
first
No.
little.
time.
It's a little
It
messy.
never happens.
No, no, no. We're
We
not
can
gonna
we
do
can
it.
do it. We can do it in the next episode.
Okay,
Okay.
got it.
But it's never happened before. It's the first time that you're both in your respective rooms.
But
Yeah,
I
that's true.
know Bridge is in his room dialing in. That's amazing.
Mm.
Anyway,
Yeah.
this is, listen, the holiday season is going to be upon us. As we all agree, influencers are amazing. Please tune in to all your Instagram, TikTok influencers to see the best products that are coming out there. Feel free to follow me because I'm going to have some amazing ideas especially dropping on November 12th. November 12th, if this episode is not out by then, please tune in. I'm going to have amazing ideas. Other influencers, I don't know what they're doing. But consumerism is going to be upon us. Let's find ways to simplify our life. And this has been our episode on gift giving during the holidays. And now we're going to end this episode as we end every episode with a riveting round of good grades with Gargs, where we ask each Garg who they would assign an A grade to. And then we want to hear from you guys who you assign an A grade to from our episode. So let's go. Good grades with Garg. Who wants to go
I'm
first?
ready.
I
I'm
will
gonna
go
give.
first. Okay.
This
Go ahead.
always happens where we're both so type A, like oldest sibling. We're Dad, you go first.
All right, I have to give mine to Zarna today. I mean, for making these 25 Christmases past with Zoya now 21, but starting with her being an infant, and then Bridge, and then Veer, and Westport House, and Manhattan House, to create these fantastic Christmas memories under the tree with all these presents for everyone. I mean, it really is the most favorite day of my year. I don't even care about Christmas, but as a holiday, it's truly the most favorite day, over the last 25 years. And a shout out for my mother for similarly making it so memorable for us growing up.
What did she do? She did nothing. What are you talking about? You told me that you never celebrated anything growing up.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I'm gonna give my A grade to Dad because to have the amount of awareness to admit defeat in this regard, I think is very honest, and a lot of dads are not as honest. I think it was really cool how Dad just said, listen, I know that if in earlier Christmas seasons I would not have done anything, and if it weren't for Mom, there probably wouldn't be gifts prepared for Diwali, etc. holidays. And I appreciate your candor in that regard because I think it's fair.
I mean,
I can't believe you
literally
just
the
gave him an
bar
A
is so
grade.
low. I know.
I
mean, the
cannot
bar
believe you
is
just gave an
so
A grade
low.
for that. That's an
Literally, he's
insane
like,
reason
yeah,
to give
I
an A
didn't
grade.
do it, and he gets
That might
an
be one
A
of the
grade
worst
for
A
it.
grade hands out I think we've ever had on the podcast.
Bridge, we
He
might
got
have
an
to
A grade for
retract.
not doing anything and then being honest about the fact that he didn't do anything. Like,
Oh my
that's just an
God.
insane
I'm
A
going to
grade.
have to issue a retraction for this A
I
grade.
think that's just a wild A grade. I can't even.
Okay, Bridge, who do you give your A grade to?
Okay, I give my A grade to Mom because I think that she's done a great job when it comes to gift giving and making clear that gifts are best when they're impactful and they're not expensive.
Yes, I agree. There are so many gifts you can give that don't even cost any money. And for that reason, with the one of the biggest examples of a gift that didn't cost any money, that's been a benchmark. Everybody Google the article Zoya Garg, New York Times. You will see an essay that she wrote about how she helped me get started in comedy. It didn't cost a dime, and she did it in a way that you can all be inspired to do something for somebody you love in your life. And for that reason, the gift giving grade goes to Zoya, even though I am retracting her A grade right now because she issued an A grade that did not deserve to be given.
I meant
was an
obviously
insane A grade.
the substance of the A grade is to you, Mom, for having prepared everything the exact same way Bridge and Dad had
Oh my
done.
God,
no,
Zoya,
no.
why are you retracting?
Yeah,
You didn't
there
trash
you
Because
it
they're
out.
right. They're honestly right. Why did I give you an A grade for that? How did you get an A grade
That's
for
like
just
somebody
being...
saying, yes, I killed this person, and then you're like, oh, but he at least said yes. Like, what?
I have such a soft spot for Dad. Honestly, whatever.
Oh,
Okay,
that's
let's
just
wrap
great.
this.
That's just great. That's an even bigger gift is now he has
By
a
the
soft
way,
spot for Dad.
your mother bought that same helicopter for 3 consecutive Christmases that did not work for 3
Never worked.
consecutive Christmases.
Oh my God, you guys cried and cried. I
It
remember
was an
Bridge being
electronic
little.
helicopter, and she would buy it every year the same thing, and every year it would not work.
And I bought every battery in sight, and you guys would start crying and throwing the batteries around, and then we were all like, we would all end the day so. Everybody, please, I'm telling you right now that the drone helicopter does not work. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care how many reviews they're all giving it good reviews. The thing does not work. It shows up, and the kids spend the whole day. You're better off buying a cushion and just letting the kid jump on it and beat it to death. Honestly, it can be that simple. Just buy a small mattress, a dog bed or something, and let the kid jump up and down and burn off their calories. That's it. Do not buy, by the way, do not buy a trampoline, very dangerous. But this has been our episode on consumerism, holiday gift giving. We are so excited to hear what you have to say about it. We're so excited to hear what you're buying, what you're looking forward to, which influencers you're following. Listen, A plus if you list somebody on this chat, because I have some great gift ideas coming up, sponsored by big names. And so excited to do this episode. Tell us everything you're thinking. And above all, have a wonderful, peaceful holiday season from all the Gargs. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.